Hare Krishna, welcome to your premium Hindu magazine program, Sadhana, the Inward Path, right here on SABC3. Coming up on the program, we have our regular lineup of conscious cooking, yoga for wellness, and the Ramayan, a blueprint for daily living. We also learn more about the miracle plant, Spirulina, in Mumbai, India. But first, we meet a dynamic duo, sisters Vandana and Jagruthi in Gauteng. It is often said that a sister is more than family and more than a friend. It is a beautiful, caring and unique bond. We recently met Vandana and Jagruthi Naran at their Edenvale home in Johannesburg. Both sisters share an ardent love for family, Hinduism and music.
I used to sing in preschool, I used to sing at the school choir, I used to sing for community events when we were living in Pietermaritzburg. My dad plays the tabla, my mom used to sing, my grandfather had an orchestra. So it's something that I think that runs very deeply in our family, and my sister and I just sort of were born into it. My sister and I had the opportunity to learn Indian classical music when we relocated to the United States for 5 years, which was, I think, the beginning of the professional side of my music career. Our Guruji at the time, Vipulbhai Patel, who introduced us to the foundations and to the basics of Indian music, and that's where it started. I grew more to liking playing the keyboard and composing and making original music, which I think is really important in this day and age, where a lot of the commercial music is based on other people's compositions. We share a very, very special bond. I think it's a bond that is very difficult to describe. It's a very emotional bond that we share, but it's definitely connected. We're definitely connected spiritually. She's my biggest inspiration because she's come such a long way in these 10 to 12 years she's been doing this. I don't know where I'd be without her, actually, because she's the one that's always in the forefront, and she's always striving to learn more, and she's always inspiring me to do more and not be scared of being in front of the camera or being on stage. So I don't know where I'd be without her. When we came back from the United States, we were informed that the New Town Diwali festival takes place on an annual basis. That's where we submitted my name, and I sang it was the first 2 items that I sang in front of such a big crowd, it was a very good experience. And then after that, I entered a Star Search Bollywood competition, which was held by Merchant Ramalu at the time when they were living in South Africa, and I won that competition. The prize was 3 cover recordings, which would then give national airplay on the radio. A bhajan that my mom actually wrote, when you listen to the words, you go into almost a meditative state because of the words, the meaning of the words, and the feeling that it actually inspires inside you. She wrote this bhajan about 30 years ago, and at the time, both my parents are very religious and they're very spiritual people. And I think that's where she got her inspiration. It's a general bhajan about God. Radhe Govinda Gavo, Ematame na Sharmavo. I'm not afraid to sing your name. I will sing your name in the praises of God. It's a bhajan written in Gujarati. We said, let's if we're going to do this, let's put music to it. Let's do a nice music video, and that's when the entire concept was born. Whether it's a classical or semi-classical song, you always take God's name first. And I think it's something that takes you to another dimension as well. It's something that I find, whether I'm singing for a wedding or a mehndi, yes, the crowd is there, but you're always singing for yourself. And that's something that's very spiritual for me.
And I think it is actually divine inspiration, because it's anything that inspires you. Sometimes it's just sitting with your family, it's like meditating, it's something that you can just feel it. It's actually a feeling and an emotion that gets translated into the music itself.
If you really, really, really want to connect with the divine and with spirituality, it's very important to learn music, because then you really understand where music has come from. If we listen to any spiritual organization that you go to, whether it's a temple, whether it's a church, we're always singing in praise of God. And if you look down the line, music was always done for that purpose. We've always been singing in praise of God. Whether it's bhajans, it's dhoons, it's ghazals, it's qawwalis, the music, the lyrics, everything was done in His name.
If you've just joined us, welcome to Sadhana, the Inward Path. Hinduism is a promoter of natural health and finding balance through nature, which it regards as a manifestation of the divine. During our recent travels in India, we found out about spirulina, a naturally occurring superfood and amongst the most nutritious on the planet. Spirulina cultivation is growing in India, offering a possible food solution for the future. After this insight, we have more on local food with conscious cooking and Anuradha.